and RV Storage in beautiful Carlisle, Iowa. Hope everyone is having a great Saturday all across the good old US of A. Got a fun show for you today. We're going to be talking with Melissa Bachman, and she is with a wonderful TV show called The Winchester Deadly Passion. I'm sure you've seen Melissa. She's been doing some outdoor stuff all around the country for a few years now, and she's really one of the best outdoor ambassadors you could think of. And I looked over the years. I have not had her on as a guest, and shame on me. I should have had her on before. So we're going to be talking with her here in a little bit, and then Rob and Christy Taylor are going to be coming on at 8 o'clock, and there's some new things going on at Revelton I want to tell you about. And in between there, we got some fishing stuff to throw at you. We're going to tell you about our live remote at Lotta Pop next week and all that other fun stuff. Hey, Three Rivers Boat and RV Store, so I was just down there yesterday. $60 a month, 1 month free when you pay for the year. It's 12 by 50 assigned spots, 12 feet by 50 feet long. That's a huge spot. You can put a bunch of stuff in there. Secure gates 24/7, security cameras, discounts for multiple spots. If you need a place to store your precious items, give Dick, Tracy, or Danielle a call at 515-822-1362, and they'll take great care of you. Three Rivers Boat and RV Storage in Carlisle, Iowa. Morning, Fishing Dave. Good morning, John. Good to see you guys on Facebook Live. Hey, Imperial RV is providing the live stream for us on Facebook this morning. And don't forget, Imperial RV is down at the Varied Industries building at the Iowa State Fairgrounds all weekend. They got the big RV show. If you're looking for a base camp this year, they can help you up with some really good savings. They got show specials going on, and they've got some really, really, really nice campers down there that you can take advantage of. Tell them I sent you, and I promise you they'll just treat you like family. Imperial RV, they've been helping people for a long time here in Iowa. Hey, let's head on over to the phones, and we're going to go check in with Melissa Bachman this morning. Melissa, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are things up your way?
It's very good. It's nice and dark and cold and snowy.
Yeah, what is it, 5 below?
Yeah, it's pretty chilly here right now. It's not windy, so guess what? Nobody's complaining.
Yeah, tell everybody where you're at.
I'm in South Dakota.
South Dakota. Hey, where are you towards the western side, or we're in the middle, or where are you at?
I'm right in the middle on the southern border, only about 30 miles from the Nebraska border.
Oh, you're
right in the heart of Gregory area, right in the heart of all the pheasant hunting. Lots of great hunting all around us.
Yeah, you're like in a treasure trove right there, aren't you?
Yeah, we are really lucky. You know, we've got great deer hunting, we've got pheasant hunting, we've got tons of coyotes. An hour and a half away, we've got elk hunting. It's really a beautiful area.
That's awesome. Hey, how you guys? How did your deer herd handle? I was talking to some folks out. I hunt over by Alzada for when I filmed the TV show Respect the Game. I'll hunt there with Mike and Esther Watkins in that what is that southeast corner right there? By you go through Belfouche and that. Mike said that they had a huge EHD break last year. They lost a lot of deer. Did you guys see that?
You know, we didn't see it too bad, but it's definitely there because we had probably one of the biggest droughts you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And now we ended up, like out in Rosebud, I think they got 52 inches of snow on this last one, and then 28 inches after that. So the drought's over. Unfortunately, we got it a little too late. So I'm sure there were definitely deer impacted. Luckily, we didn't see, really bad signs of it. Probably about 6 years ago, it hit here really, really bad. So,
yeah.
It takes a long time to recover from that.
Well, yeah,
so hopefully
we got that. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you, Melissa. We got that in Iowa too, and yeah, you're right. I mean, you figure, you want to take a mature buck if you can, just to get the potential of what they can do, and you lose deer like that, you got to wait 4 or 5 years to get them to that range.
Absolutely. It takes a while, and, you see some of that. Some places you go that are heavily populated with deer, you'll find them laying around, but sometimes all of a sudden it's like, hey, where'd all our good bucks go, and sometimes that's the culprit for it.
Yeah. You mean you're not like Larry McCoy where you can just show up and deer migrate to him?
No, they definitely do not migrate to me. I wish they did, though.
Yeah, you and I both. I've been working with Larry for a long time, but I've been doing art respect the game with him. This will be my fourth season. I retired my own show, Outdoors Traditions, and moved over with them. But I've never seen. I love Larry. He's one of the best hunters I've ever seen. I've been hunting for 33 years, and I'm always picking up tips here and there from him. He's a good, accomplished hunter. But Melissa, I've never seen anything like it. When he gets into a stand, he's on a lease with me here. He just shows up, and the deer come over and open their shoulder for him and say, "I want to go with Larry Mack." I just never seen anything like it, Melissa.
Well, that's a good quality to have. I'm not going to deny that.
We're starting to call him one set Larry because it's usually one set and he's done. It drives me crazy.
Well, give it time.
Yeah.
It'll change.
Oh, hey, it's all teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Hey, good morning, Dave. Good morning, John. Tony, good morning. Tony says to tell you hi, Melissa. He said, great guest. Brant, good morning, buddy. Appreciate you all watching on Facebook Live. You know, how did you get started in your outdoor career?
Well, I actually, since I was a little kid, my dream was to hunt for a living. I wanted to hunt every single day and travel around. And I had no idea how I was going to make that possible. I got to college and I graduated with a double major in television production and Spanish. And I went out looking for a job, and I thought, you know what? I was in the honors program. This is going to be great. I sent out 74 resumes, and I received 74 no's.
Yeah.
Not one person wanted to hire me. And I thought, well, now what? And everyone basically just said the same thing. You have no experience. We want someone who's an experienced producer. And these weren't even for, like, the on-camera portion. I was just trying to be an editor and a producer to get my foot in the door.
Wow.
And nobody would even hire me. And so I thought, well, this is not good. So I went through the list, and I picked the number one location where I wanted to work, which was called the North American Hunting Club. And I called them, and I said, I know you didn't want to hire me. And everyone says I need experience. Will you let me come work for free? And they said, well, when could you start? And I said, tomorrow. And they said, well, what can you do? And I said, I can edit, I can film, I can sweep floors, I can log tapes. I can do anything you need just to get my foot in the door. And they said, okay, start tomorrow. And so I started driving about 150 miles a day, every day, to go work for free. Not exactly the ideal setup when you get out of college and you're excited to maybe start making some money. But I did that for 4 months, and I got my foot in the door. I became a producer and an editor for them, and they actually hired me for that original position I applied for 4 months later, and I became a producer there. I really, really enjoyed it, but I still wasn't on camera, so I ended up actually doing things on my spare time. Like I would go film hunts, and I didn't have any money to buy stuff, so I would trade everything out for my camera skills or filming or whatever, and I would get these shows all done and finished and cut to time and just wait till they were sure to show it, and then I would offer my work up for free. So that's kind of how I got my foot in the door, and I ended up starting to do that. A few sponsors said, well, what about that girl Melissa? And they said, don't worry about her. She's just a cameraman. And they said, no, we would like to see a little more of her. And I ended up starting my own company, Deadly Passion Productions, and building out my own show because I knew how to do every aspect of it. I didn't have the money to pay or hire a production team to help out. I just had my own knowledge, and that's what I used. I was putting in probably close to 100-hour weeks for a very long time.
Wow.
Because I had to do every aspect of it, but that's the only way I knew to be able to make it and to try to make a run at it, and it ended up working out, and now I'm in season 13.
So you've been doing this for 13 years?
Yes, this is season 13 for my show, and then I was a cameraman and producer for 4 years before that, before I ever had my own show.
Okay, because I've heard about you longer than 13 years, so I think that's a great story, Melissa. I'm sure you get this as much as I do throughout the year. How do I get to do what you do?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you just got. I always tell everybody, if I can do it, you can do it. You just got to go out there and work for it. And man, I've been doing this for 25 years. Can you imagine how much? Well, the world's totally changed from when I first started. But can you imagine if we would have had YouTube and stuff 25 years ago?
Well, the nice thing is it gives you another avenue.
Yeah.
But there's, I get it. It's a very steep hill to climb. It seems like you're never going to make it, and it is really a challenge. And the reason it's a challenge is because it's something a lot of people would like to pursue.
Oh yeah.
So when you run into something like that, you really have to, make yourself stand out, go over and above what everybody else does. And my whole thing is I always said, maybe there's better hunters out there, but nobody will outwork me.
Yeah.
I will outwork everybody I can find. And I took some huge sacrifices. I mean, for me to be able to get my show on TV the first year, I had to have the money to put up for the airtime, and I didn't have any sponsors yet because no sponsor is going to sign without knowing when your airtime is. So I put my house up for it.
Wow.
But it was just myself, so I don't have a whole family on the line. But the thing is, you really do need to take risks and put your neck out there to ensure that you're going to make it. And I'll tell you what, if you want to learn to be a good salesman, you put it all on the line, and you will make those sales. And try to do the best you can.
Yeah. Well, if you hate rejection, this is not the business for you. That's for sure. You not only get rejections from potential sponsor partners, but then the deer and the animals, they always kind of reject you too, right?
And the weather and everything else. Yeah, that's part of the game.
Yeah, being an outdoor communicator is not for the faint of heart. That's for sure. I can tell you that. I think that's awesome. I think yeah, and you know what? You appreciate what you got now because you worked hard for it, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's something that you've dreamed about, something you've pursued, and there were times when you wanted to quit and you think, gosh, I must almost be there. And if you only knew how much longer it's going to take, you may have quit. And there were many times, I mean, my plan B was to be an anesthesiologist. And so I remember thinking, as I'm rolling home in December for Christmas, I'd just hunt until I ran out of money each year, looking at all my bank accounts in the red and thinking, I'm not sure this was the best decision that I could have ever possibly had. This is not always a great idea, but, it's your dream and you're going to make it work.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm glad you hung in there. Hey, Blaze, good morning. Dale Griffin, good morning. James, good morning. Work and dedication are the only way. I hear you, James. I think Melissa would echo that. Rick, it's good to see you as well. What's your favorite critter to go after?
I still love white-tailed deer. I grew up with it. That's what I dreamed about as a little kid, that someday I would shoot a big buck. I grew up in central Minnesota. So to this day, that's still what gets me the most excited. But we've done like a Kodiak brown bear hunt last year. That was just phenomenal. And we tried to do Yukon moose every couple of years. And that is pretty tough to beat. But, honestly, it's the whitetails that just still really get my blood going.
Yeah. See, I love turkey hunting. We bow hunt everything. So,
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're an accomplished bow hunter as well. But it just I don't know, Melissa. It took me 4 or 5 years to get to where they weren't making an idiot out of me, and I learned how to to call to them and read the bird's temperature but those first 4 or 5 years were just brutal. But I think that's why they're one of my favorite deals. But I'm with you, man. You see them racks coming up over them hills and stuff, or coming through that bedding area. Boy, that always gets the old heart pumping, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And, I think a lot of it, too, is we put in so much time throughout the year getting ready and preparing and trying to get the land and do everything right for the deer. But I think it really does feel like just such a sense of accomplishment when it all comes together. You've had pictures and you make it work and you successfully, fill that tag on a buck that you were after. I think a lot of that is, people can go out and just maybe shoot a big buck, no big deal. But you can't do that consistently. If you want to consistently kill big mature deer, you really have to put that time in and know what you're doing. And I think that's what I enjoy. I was a college pole vaulter, too. I didn't like the idea that just a good athlete could come in and beat you in a 100-meter hurdle race, right?
Right.
I wanted something where you can be a good athlete, but my time and dedication is going to set me apart from you. You can be the best athlete on the team. I'm going to hand you a pole. You're not going to out pole vault me in a day, So I think that's where it kind of comes from is just finding things that where your hard work and dedication make a difference.
Absolutely. Good morning, Todd. Good to see you, buddy. Good. Thanks for watching. Hey, Melissa. I know that the title of your show is the Winchester Deadly Passion. Um, what's your favorite rifle or firearm to shoot?
I shoot a Winchester XPR. I shoot in a variety of calibers. Lately, I've been shooting a lot with the 6.8 Western, and a lot of that is it's a really nice flat shooting gun. It works phenomenal, great knockdown power, and it shoots long distances. But I'm not a big long distance person. I'm a bow hunter since I've been a little kid, right? So
Mm.
a lot of these hunts I'll go on, and we'll get inside 20, 30 yards, even if I'm still firearm hunting just because I love that challenge. I love getting in close on them. We did a Yukon moose hunt, and we called my bull to 18 yards.
Wow.
I mean, to me, that's what's just truly exciting, and that's something that I've really gotten used to over the years, and it makes for better television. I mean, the closer you can bring those animals in all the time, the more heart pounding it is. We went up to Kodiak Island, and my husband did his Kodiak brown bear hunt with a bow. I did mine with a gun. Next time we go, we'll switch. And he got his bear at 4.5 yards. It was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. Some of the coolest video. I sat up above him. And just to have animals in that close, it really does make it exciting to be there and to watch.
Yeah, I've been bear hunting a lot of times, Melissa. I've never been grizzly bear hunting, but I don't know if I'd want to get 5 yards with a grizzly.
It was incredible. It was my husband's complete dream. Our last name is Bearshield. And the guy looked at him and he goes, I've never seen a more perfect last name in my life after he made a perfect shot on it. So it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Good morning, James. Todd, good morning. Skippy Peterson, good morning. Chris DeMont, good morning out there in Jersey. I think it's Jersey. You know Skippy Peterson, don't you, from Gearhead Archery?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Skippy's a good fella, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he said tell you good morning.
Good morning.
Yep. So, hey, I need to take a real quick break. When I come back, can we talk a little bit about decoying deer? Because I know that's one of your things you like to do.
Absolutely. I would love to.
All right. We'll be right back with Melissa Bachman. It's the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. Tired or not sleeping or feeling pain all day? Well, you don't have to suffer, and you can get help to relax. Have you heard of Emperor One? Emperor One is a Bear Country, New Jersey, that's helping folks reduce pain every day. I've been using the Emperor One CBD lotion and salve on my knee and back, and I have seen incredible results in pain relief. Tony, how you doing, buddy? To stop having to take other medications that can cause me stomach issues to get relief. Emperor One offers lotions, drops, gummies, and other CBD products that have been helping folks all around this country. These products are totally natural and are not habit forming. They will just help you start feeling like your old self again. So if you're looking for a natural way to find pain relief or reduce your daily stress, please go check out EmperorOneCBD.com. That's EmperorOneCBD.com, and your days will start feeling better really soon.
Save big bucks at the Iowa Deer Classic, loaded with the latest archery and shooting equipment, hunting gear, deer blinds, land experts, big game outfitters, utility vehicles.
I'll have Deer Classic tickets next Saturday. We're going to be out at Lotta Pop Popcorn, so you're getting a heads up on the radio. So if you come out to see me at Lotta Pop, I'll give you a pair of tickets. I'll be out there from 7 to 9 in Ankeny.
The greatest whitetail show on earth.
I got enough to do 20 pairs, I think.
Are you getting ready for hunting season? Well, you've done your homework, and now the time is getting close. One thing after you've
And
harvested...
then after that, I'll have enough to... We'll have some more to give away on the radio.
The Milo Locker in Milo, Iowa. The Milo Locker has been processing wild
Well,
game
thanks,
and
Pat.
locker
Good to
animals
see ya.
for over 15 years.
Rock on, rock on, Pat.
Are the owners, and
That
they
right?
take
Rock
pride
on?
in the
Is that
fact
rock
they
on,
do
Andrew?
everyone's order
Rock
the way
on?
the customer
Rock
wants it.
on, man.
You can have your deer,
It's also
moose,
mahalo.
elk,
Mahalo?
even
What's
bear
mahalo?
processed and hand-wrapped
Sounds like a
just to your
marshmallow thing.
specifications. If you
That's
like tasty
mahalo?
snacks, Daryl does a great
Didn't know
job
that.
making snack
I
sticks,
speak Hawaiian now.
sausage, and jerky
Isn't that
with
awesome?
all sorts of cheese and spice combinations. They
Aren't
do
you
a
just
ton
a
of
man
deer
of many
each year at
talents?
the Milo
Good
Locker,
morning
and
there,
they
Wade
order
and
like
Teresa.
So if you get lucky this year and need a good locker, try the Milo Locker.
Live action decoys in Illinois.
641-942-6231. And you're on your way to some great eating.
Hi, this is your old friend Speed over at Speed's Golf Cars, located in Wall Lake, Iowa. Just stop on over here. We've got a nice selection of new and used golf carts. We're a club car dealer, so we've got a nice selection of new onward cars, as well as a good mix of utility carts as well. We've got a number of pre-owned golf carts in all types of price ranges. Available with fancy wheels, stereo. We've got it here at Speed's Golf Cars. Let the folks at Speed's handle your golf cart needs. Check out our website for complete inventory at speedsgolfcars.com.
Minute and a half.
Minute and a half. We'll be back.
Getting ready to outfit your next outdoor adventure. There's one place in Ankeny that's your one-stop outdoor shop. That's
I'm with you, Blaze. I'm ready to go shoot some turkeys, man.
Has everything you need from fishing.
It'll be here before you know it. It's already February 4th.
Any outdoor trip a success. Sportsman's Warehouse carries nationally known brands that have been tried.
I was out with Raven yesterday. I'll talk about that on the show later. Rock on, Brad. Oh, is it like this? Is that rock on? It's not this. It's that.
Sportsman's Warehouse has all the footwear and clothing choices at great prices that will.
Raven and I were out doing a little scouting yesterday. Found some turkey tracks and scat. And he was all happy. Didn't find any sheds yet, though. I know they're shedding. I just didn't find any.
Hey America, when you barbecue, cookies is the one. Lots of flavor, lots of goodness, thick and rich, lots of fun. Hey America, when you barbecue, try Cookies barbecue sauce for a treat. Cookies barbecue sauce is the barbecue sauce America loves to eat.
You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. Hey, real quick before we get back to Melissa, I need to say hi to Tony Sowers and Tony's family. They lost their mom, Marilyn. Actually, went out and saw him at their visitation this week, and our condolences go out to Tony and his family. Marilyn was just a sweet, sweet lady. She worked down at the Milo Locker, and Tony and Tony's mom, Marilyn, and him, they've been listening to the show for almost 20-something years now, and we just really appreciate everything. And Marilyn, we're going to miss you. Tony, on behalf of Andrew and I and everybody here on the show, we're sorry about your loss, buddy. Hey, let's get back to the phones and talk to our friend Melissa. She is doing a wonderful job. You can watch her on Winchester Deadly Passion. Melissa, where can they find you on that show?
So if you go to Sportsman's Channel, it's on about 6 days a week.
Wow, there you go. That's exciting.
Yeah. Monday evenings, Sunday mornings, and then a bunch in between.
Yeah. Good morning, Donovan, down there in Kansas, my buddy Chris. That's my number one, dropped somewhere nearby my food pile, and I can't find them. I don't know what that means, Chris. Good morning, Gary. So, Melissa, I love decoying deer. My buddy Donovan down at Triple H Outfitters in Kansas, we go film down there. I've been going down there for almost 17 years, I think, now, and I love hunting Kansas. I live in Iowa, and I get asked all the time, what's your favorite state to hunt? And Iowa's right there, too, but I don't know. There's just something about that Kansas whitetail down there with the decoy. They just go crazy, and I understand why you enjoy decoying so much.
Yeah, it really has become my absolute favorite way to go after whitetails. And, I started decoying whitetails out in South Dakota, and I've taken it all across the country. It's just so amazing to see when it works, just how well it works and how well it works on big, mature deer. It's been years of practice, and there's definitely mistakes that have been made, and there's things you learn from. But when you get it down, when you see a big old buck get bristled up, and I've seen them leave their does during the rut, leave a hot doe to come fight your buck, you've got something figured out pretty well.
Yeah, do you have any quick decoying tips for the folks?
Well, the biggest thing is making sure you're doing it kind of during the right time, right? So you want to be right before that rut hits, throughout the rut, and even after. Up in South Dakota, I've hunted as late as mid to late December over a decoy. And so much of it is looking at what those deer are doing around you. If you see, young bucks running and all of a sudden you see mature bucks coming in and hot does around, get that decoy out, even if it's late, because sometimes those young does come into estrus later, and you can decoy just as well as you can during the peak of November. But I also like to keep it out where, you've got it probably 15, 18 yards from you, so that way if you do get a buck that kind of goes wide, you still have that archery shot. And another thing is they can be kind of a pain to carry in and out.
Oh,
But a lot of
there's
a
no
lot of
kind,
times
there's
I'll
no
just leave
kind,
them there.
there's no kind of, Melissa. They are a pain to carry out.
They are.
Yeah.
They're big, they're bulky, they're heavy, they rub up on brush. So a lot of times if I'll be hunting that same spot, I always take it down when I'm not hunting, because all that you'll do is educate those deer, right?
Yeah.
But I leave the post up, and I'll put it either under my tree stand, put some branches over it, put it in a blind, just hide it, so that way the next morning your post is already up, you know where it's going to go, you just pull it out and put it up, spray it down, and I think that's really important. You can adjust it as to which direction you want it facing based on the wind, but I always spray it down with Scent Killer Gold, and then I'll add scents to it, and sometimes if I've killed a buck earlier in the year, I'll even cut their tarsal glands off and throw them under the decoy, so that way you've got all those different scents, and I can't tell you how many times my decoy's been hit, because these bucks are just completely convinced it's real. They hear a little rattling, grunting, or snort wheeze that you do. They come in, they see a buck posture in there, and then they get downwind of it and they smell all that. You've got 3 out of their 5 senses. You'll get them almost every time.
Yeah, I do. I do a lot of self filming for the show when I'm out. So, because Larry and Ryan and Paul, they're usually traveling other states at the same time. But man, when you got that decoy out, it just lets you put their attention on that something else other than you. You can get away with a little more camera movement. But I'm with you. I use pure whitetail products. I'll use their pure whitetail dust, and I'll actually put that the inside of my DSD looks like a Skittle bag because the dusts are different colors. But man, you're right, they'll circle downwind to try to win the decoy. But boy, when they come in, they cock that head and those ears go back. That's one of the most exciting things I've ever seen on a stand.
Absolutely. And, even late season sometimes when we're hunting, a big pick cornfield or whatever it is, sometimes it can be hard bow hunting trying to get them inside of archery range and where you want them. Like with you're self-filming, you want to have a spot where they're focused on, and a decoy can do that. Another thing it can be helpful, sometimes I go places and I don't have time to put up a ground blind ahead of time, so you can put that decoy out and suddenly it takes everything off of your blind and they're just focused in on that decoy. So it really can be beneficial. But don't kid yourself. There's times, that does are going to stomp and not like it. There's times that it doesn't work, but more times than not, it's beneficial.
Yeah. Well, when I first used one, again, we're using DSDs, but I put it out in Kansas in a wheat field, Melissa, and I actually had does feeding up right next to it. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
And it depends. Sometimes they'll come. In fact, I've seen does that are hot come up to it because they, want to get the buck off of them that's with them.
Right.
So the does have definitely gotten bucks killed, but every once in a while you'll run into an issue, and I just try to remind people of that it doesn't work perfect all the time, so that they don't give up. Right.
Right.
That happens to all of us. It doesn't blow your hunt. Just keep out there and keep after it.
Yeah. Every deer is going to react differently to the situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, what do you now when you got a decoy out and can you run through your rattling and calling sequence real quick? What you like to do?
Yeah, so, if I'm sitting on stand with a decoy, I don't do a lot of calling and rattling because I think a lot of times people are over calling.
Okay.
I'll wait till it's about right, and I will hit those antlers together, and then I'll wait. I'll do a couple of grunts, usually before I even do the rattling sequence, and a lot of times that's just in case there's bucks bedded close by that you don't know about, because I never want to blow the whole place out by a bunch of rattling and crashing around until I've given a couple soft grunts, and usually I'll use 2 different grunt tubes, so that way it really does sound like 2 different deer. Then I'll do a snort wheeze. That way, you're basically one deer's telling the other deer, you better back off right now, or there's going to be trouble, and then you do that rattling sequence. And I've really had good luck with that. But what people forget a lot of times, too, is it takes time. It doesn't happen within 30 seconds. Sometimes it does, but I've had times where it takes 15 minutes because those big mature bucks, they don't always come just crashing in. They want to check out the situation. They want to look. They stand back and they wait. And sometimes you'll have those younger deer come in. They'll come in, they'll check it out. They might get spooked and blow out. If they do, sometimes that's your best decoy because then you've got a young buck blowing out. As soon as they do, that is the one time I will automatically hit those rattling antlers again because a lot of times that'll be like a live decoy running by and it'll bring those big bucks in because they think, okay, there really is a fight. I just saw a little buck run from it. I need to go check this out. And sometimes that's the best way to get those big guys in.
That's a great tip, Melissa. I like that. So yeah, and I agree with you 100%. When if I'm hunting the same property or my lease, I'll take my decoy out. I'll wash it and everything before I get out to the at home. Throw it in the back of the truck, and then when I get out there, I'll spray it down with the scent eliminator, and then I'll leave it out there. I do the same thing. I leave my stake out in the field so I know where to put it in the dark. But I just cover it up with brush by my stand and let it weather. That way it smells like the woods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's easier for you to carry.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
that's
don't have
really
to.
all there is to it.
Yeah.
If you leave it up, those bucks will hit it all the time. You just don't want to be educating deer as to it's a fake decoy.
Well, no, I think if you left it up, wouldn't they be on the ground half the time from?
Oh, it definitely would. And the problem is, what if that was your target buck that knocked it on the ground? He may not come to it again during the daylight hours. It's
Yeah,
just not worth it.
I learned my mistake on that years ago, man. I left one up and I went back, and that's when the old plastic decoys were out. That actually with the head bobbing, you remember those? And I left it up, and I went out the next day, and it was in pieces.
Our archery range, it happens to all the time, and that buck doesn't even look that great. So yeah, it definitely happens.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, what's one of your fondest outdoor memories?
One of my fondest outdoor memories probably would have to do. We brought our son Jack turkey hunting last year. He was 3.5 years old, and his whole goal at 3 was to be able to shoot a turkey and to play baseball. So we wanted to make that happen. And in Nebraska, they don't have regulations as to how young they are. So we started working with him early in the year, teaching him left versus right. We got him a little tiny 410 from Winchester. We actually sawed the stock off with just a saw and shortened it up for him so he could shoulder it well. And we practiced and practiced and practiced. And we were able to take him out, and it ended up turning out to be truly one of the most wonderful hunting experiences and shows I've ever done. It actually airs the week of Valentine's Day, so coming up. And this little guy, he got his turkey, and it was so big and too heavy for him, he actually had to drag it back. But he drug it all the way to the truck, and it was just one of the coolest bonding experiences I've ever seen with our whole family, with him and his dad, with me being there. It was just a wonderful, wonderful time. And it kind of reminds people that, there's so much that can be learned in the outdoors. And, again, you're teaching a young kid about, staying after it, and it doesn't happen right away, and sticking with it. I think there were a lot of wonderful lessons learned.
Well, tell him I said congratulations. That's awesome.
I'll do. He's something else, this one.
Hey, one of the things, I can imagine. Heck, I didn't get mine until I was like 28, so he beat me big time. What do you think we need to do as outdoor communicators, Melissa, to keep the ranks growing?
I think we need to really spread the word about having everyone on the same team. I think it's the most important thing, and something that I see quite often is you get this fraction among the community on public land versus private, trophy hunter versus meat hunter, vertical bow versus crossbow, whatever it may be. And I think that divide, especially on social media, can be really, really hard for people. I know people who are getting into hunting who are afraid to even post or say they're a hunter because they don't want to get criticized, right? And I think we need to remember and to tell each other, kindness wins, right? We have to be on the same team. We need to be a welcoming and inviting community if we want to have more people in it. And sometimes, I even see articles written about, our outdoor communicators, the reason that public lands are too full now and this and that. And I get that there's areas that are crowded, but as a whole, we want more people in our hunting community. We want people to understand how important this is and the values it provides. If we don't, we're a generation away from it going away, So I think that's something that's really important, is just keeping our community together and having a united front that if it's legal and it works for you, I'm behind you on it. We can't segment our own groups out.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. I try to talk with everybody before every opening season and just say, hey, remember, not everybody's going to have the same amount of time hunting as you might have. They might only have a few days a season, or they're in their hunting. You might be ahead in your hunting career, or in the years that you've been hunting to somebody that comes out. So if someone fills a tag and they did it ethically and were excited, it's their tag. If you can't say congratulations, don't say anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I agree with you 100%. Sometimes I think we're our own worst enemies. There's too many people trying to take our rights away. We need to stick together as much as we can.
And they love seeing that segment in our own community. The infighting.
Well,
That's
sure they do.
Perfect. They love drumming it up. That's why a lot of these anti-hunting people will call you a trophy hunter or this and that. Wait a minute. I don't care how big the deer was. I still ate it, right?
Yeah.
So how about we just lay off the trophy? There's different things that happen. But I think as a community, we just need to really be aware of it and welcome new people. And like you said, understand that everyone's at a different point. If they're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah. I always say anything I take with my bow is a trophy to me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. Tricia in Kansas is watching us this morning. Hi, Tricia. She's an accomplished outdoor young lady, and she's been doing some good stuff. She said she leaves her stake in the ground and puts her decoy in the blind. And then there. So thanks, Tricia. We appreciate you watching this morning. I got to tell you, I just appreciate what you do, and I think you do a very good job at it. And I hope you keep doing it for. I was talking to Larry yesterday. I'll be 59 next week, and it's like, Larry, do you realize in 11 years I'll be 70? I go, this is starting to scare me, man. And he just started laughing at me. He goes, "It's only a number, Dan." I said, "Yeah, well, it's not the number that bothers me. It's where I creak and crack where I never creaked and cracked before."
I brought my grandmother out at 79 for her second mule deer ever. She was in her 20s when she shot her first one, took a big break, and you're never too old to get out there and keep hunting. So
yeah.
It is just a number.
As long as I can pull my bow back, Melissa, I'll be happy.
There you go.
And I applaud you on the moose. I went on my first moose hunt ever up in Alberta this last year, and I basically ran every moose out of the country because my moose call was so bad. But I got to see two of them up close. I was trying to self-film it because the camera guy that we were going to try to get wasn't vaccinated at the time, and you couldn't get across. So I tried to do it just on the dime of me doing it. And man, I tell you what, that's a tough hunt.
Yes, it is.
That muskeg or whatever you call that stuff, my knee's still hurting.
I believe it.
Yeah. So congratulations on that. Hey, where are you going to be in the Midwest so folks can come out and see you?
Well, I've got quite a few things coming up. I'm going to be around the Minneapolis area quite a bit coming up. This week I go to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I'll be there Monday through Friday. And then I'll be at Pheasant Fest if anyone's going to be around in Minneapolis. That's the 17th through the 19th. Then I'll be in Nashville, Tennessee for the SCI convention. That's February 22nd through the 25th. Then I'll be in Kearney, Nebraska for the Nebraska Bow Hunters Association banquet. That's on the 3rd and 4th of March. I'll be at the Minnesota Deer Classic, March 10th through 12th in Shakopee, Minnesota. And then I'm a speaker for the Hometown Hero Outdoors. That's March 24th and 25th in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Hey,
so that's kind of the rest of my schedule for the year.
Yeah, you're busy. Did Kearney? That's where Cabela's headquarters used to be, right? Or was that Sydney? Or was that Sydney?
I think it's. They have a store in Kearney. I'm not sure. I think Sydney is where their headquarters were. I'm not 100% positive. But
I heard a rumor that Sportsman's Guide is going to be moving a headquarters there.
Very nice.
Yeah, well, I think I hope they do because they when that merger went through and they're good companies. I'm not saying anything bad, but there was a lot of jobs lost there. So it'd be nice if another outdoor retailer or something moved in that area.
Absolutely.
Want to keep people making money.
Yep, that's always good.
All right. Well, listen, I really appreciate you coming on, and thank you so much. Can we get you back on sometime?
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you having me.
Oh, it was our honor. And do me a favor, if you're going to be in the Iowa, Missouri, Illinois area anytime doing something, please shoot me an email, and I'll make sure I promote it on the radio shows in St. Louis and here in Des Moines for you.
Okay, sounds great. Well, thank you very much.
All right, Melissa, be well.
Take care.
There she goes, Melissa Bachman. Really, really nice person right there. Hey, we were late for a break. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN. Good morning, Clint.
Life insurance. We know that protecting your family's financial future is
Tricia, I use Tacticam all the time.
You'll feel good knowing you've taken steps to protect what matters most if you were to pass away. Plus, life
My
insurance
5-0 wide and my 5-0, my 6-0.
Contact Darren Islander, agent at 515-964-70.
And production camera is a little heavier, though.
American Family Insurance.
American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, students, are you into shooting sports? Well, if you are, have you ever thought about using your passion to help you through college? Grandview University is a small private college that is looking for students that have a passion for the shooting sports and learning. Grandview University has a shooting sports program that, if you qualify, will give you a guaranteed rate for your whole education while on the shooting team. That means your cost won't go up, you will get to experience a new level of competition and learn in a small class size with the feel of a larger campus with a ton of opportunities. So if you're looking to advance your education and love to shoot, why not shoot for a college program that has produced countless All-Americans and has a winning record of 4 times national champion? Grandview Shooting Sports athletes will have your ammo, uniforms, travel, and education covered in your scholarship. If you like to shoot for the stars and push yourself, Grandview University wants to talk with you. For more information, check them out at gvvikings.com.
Hey, are you in the market for a new RV this year? Here's a place to help you start looking for that new travel partner for your next vacation or outdoor adventure. Head on over to the friendly folks at Imperial RV Center in Ankeny. Imperial RV has been serving Iowa camping enthusiasts for 50 years. They carry
Tricia, you're fine. Don't worry about it. I got more typos when I do stuff than you wouldn't believe.
SMC horse trailers that have built-in living quarters for rodeo and horse.
Blaze, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you listening in.
Full-service center ready for any repair that your RV might have. Imperial RV can finance on-site to help you with all your financing needs. They also have a full-service parts department for anything you might need to keep your camper going. They're open Monday through Saturday, located at 1727 South Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny, Iowa.
You know, Tricia, I don't know if I knew that or not. I don't think Ben told me about that. I'll have to look at that. Thanks for letting me know.
That's ImperialRVCenter.com. Imperial RV Center in Ankeny, making memories to last a lifetime.
In these times when
I'm hoping. Last time I talked to Missy and Ben on that. Hey, Hoyt. Good morning. I was hoping they're going to get a couple more accessory clips for the 6.0. So, but I just like the fact that the screen's on there, which is nice.
Is your house too dry and giving your family
I bet that does, Tricia. That's awesome.
Fire system installed with your AC heating system.
Ben's busy. And half the time when I call him, he's in the middle of doing something. So
Iowa residents and businesses for over 70 years. They offer 24-hour service and programs like the Peace of Mind Plan for less than $15 a month. So if you want more time on
that was a good interview. She's a nice lady.
Year, please call the folks at Wyckoff Heating and Cooling for any of your home or business heating and cooling needs. One call to Wyckoff Heating and Cooling will bring you peace of mind under your roof every day.
When it comes to archery, nothing is more important than making sure your arrows are flying the way you need them to. That's
call Larry Mack and see if he answers.
And quietest vanes on the market. The nitro vanes are designed to
are we caught up on breaks?
They also have well pockets in the base of the vane to secure the vane to your arrow like no other. Pine Ridge Archery Products is more than vanes. They offer gear like the Quick Stand to keep your bow ready at all times when you're hunting from the ground. Pine Ridge Archery makes all these products in the U.S. and will always help your accuracy.
Scott Archery released 3 new releases this week. I don't know if you've seen that or not. That S2 is really, really cool. I can't wait to shoot that one.
warehouse stores.
Good morning, Jeff. You have a good weekend too, buddy. Good morning, Jake from State Farm.
Please go to PineRidgeArchery.com. That's www.PineRidgeArchery.com.
Taping your own hunts is an exciting way to capture the moment. Fourth Arrow camera arms can help you video easier in the field.
I bet.
Extremely lightweight, durable, and easy to pack. Their patented shoulder system is also very adaptable to any tree or ground blind setup. The bases are affordable and easy to set up for various wind directions. Multiple camera arms are available, including the Stiff Arm Pro, and Stiff Arm Elite. They're made
Morning, Hank.
aluminum or carbon, depending on.
Rob and Christy are coming on here soon. Hoyt, they do make good releases. Made in the good old USA too.
And maneuver easily within the blind. All models can handle Consumer Pro video and perform quietly in the field. You can even custom pick your setups.
You too, John. God bless you too, buddy. Thank you.
If you're looking to tape your hunts this season, check out FourthArrowCameraArms.com. Outdoors Dan approved for the field for great video action.
This is the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan. I don't know what Andrew is doing to me, I'm telling you. Scott Releases just introduced 3 new releases. If you're a Scott Archery Release fan, which I am, I love my Verge. You can check out the Apex Core, the S2, and the new Select releases. There's a whole bunch of stuff on social media that you can find out about them, but that S2 really is. I can't wait to shoot that. Larry said he's pretty impressed with that one myself. That's what he told me. Oh, let's see. Andrew's going to see if he can ambush Larry real quick while we're doing that. Let me do the outdoor news. The Go Outdoors Iowa app has a new update. If you've got that downloaded, you need to go on your phone app store and update that. The app helps you get more hunting and fishing, more from every hunting and fishing trip. Offers guides, tips, regulation information, easy harvest reporting, sunrise, sunset times, and even conveniently links your license to your phone app. That's the nice thing. You got your license right there on the app, which is Kansas does that too. I use all that stuff electronically now because it's right there. It's a great way to do your reporting too. Catch and Photo Release Tournament encourages Iowa walleye anglers to report their catches. Iowa DNR is partnering for a second year with My Catch by Anglers Atlas to conduct a statewide walleye fishing challenge starting May 1st through June 30th. The Iowa chapter of the American Fishing Society has joined as research partner for the 2023 challenge. Anglers will have a chance to win weekly prizes while contributing their fisheries research, helping improve walleye fishing in the state of Iowa. The Iowa Walleye Challenge uses My Catch mobile app to record the length of the fish. Participating anglers take a picture of the fish on a measuring device using the app. Once the fish is reviewed by the catch team and meets the rules, it automatically appears on a live leaderboard where anglers can see who is in the lead to win a prize. That's kind of cool, huh? I thought that's kind of neat. Participating anglers are encouraged to report all the walleye they catch in May and June through the My Catch mobile app. The app maintains anonymous location data, so anglers' numbers or secret spots stay secret. DNR fisheries biologists will use the generalized lake and river catch data entered to assess and manage walleye populations across Iowa. Results from year to year were very promising. Jeff Kaposki, DNR Fisheries Research Biometrician, says Iowa anglers can expand the data available simply by reporting their catches. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Yep, Trista says yep. Was late getting on here this morning. Something was wrong. Well, that's all right, Hoyt. At least you're on there now. We appreciate you. Let me do the fishing reports real quick. Brought to you by the fine folks at Sportsman's Warehouse. 9 Arrowhead Lake. Ice thickness is around 8 inches. The crappie bite is fair. Gills are fair. Bacon Creek Lake. Rainbow trout was recently stocked there. You can use a small hook and minnow combination or a small piece of crawler or power bait fish on or a bobber. You need a valid fishing license and pay the trout fee to fish or possess trout. Blackhawk Lake. Ice thickness is around 13 inches off the Ice House Point ramp, or around 5 inches of snow cover is still there. There's some open water around Town Bay. Crappie bite is fair. Sorting may be needed, but bigger fish to 10 to 12 inches are out there. Use minnow and waxworms on a jig. Gills are fair. Walleye are fair. Anglers are picking up a few eyes in the area off the Ice House Point and near Gunshot Hill. Yellow perch bite is fair. Brushy Creek ice conditions are variable. Most areas around 10 to 12 inches of ice. Use caution and check ice thickness often. Crappie bite is fair. Anglers are catching crappie in 20 to 30 feet of water using minnows and jigging spoons. A few fish are also being picked up on waxworms on various colored jigs. Gills are fair, eyes are fair, and yellow perch are slow. Crawford Creek impoundment. Black crappie bite is fair. Most fish are about 8 to 10 inches with some up to 12. Gills are reporting fair. 6 to 8 inch gills are in 10 to 12 feet of water using jigs and waxies. Yellow perch are fair. Moreland Pond, the rainbow trout were just recently stocked again. Again, using a small hook or jig tip with either a minnow, piece of crawler, or a small power bait under a bobber is still producing some good fish bites there. Storm Lake, ice conditions are variable, can change quickly from one area of the lake to the other, so you want to check your ice thickness often as you move. Walleye are fair. Anglers are picking up a few eyes along the dredge cuts on the east side in about 10 to 14 feet of water using spoons or minnows. White bass are fair. Yellow bass are fair. Anglers are getting the numbers, but sorting is needed. Keepers are about 8 to 9 inches. Most lakes in the area have 8 to 16 inches of ice. Little River Watershed Lake, they're reporting ice thickness about 6 to 7 inches near the Paul Vaughn boat ramp. Ada Hayden Heritage Park Lake, rainbow trouts there, jigging spoons tipped with worms or waxies are producing a good bite there. Beaver Lake, the gills are good and finding them about 15 to 18 feet of water. Big Creek, as of February 1st, Big Creek Lake has an ice thickness averaging around 11 inches. The crappie bite is good. Jigging minnows or waxies on glow jigs over brush piles in the upper half of the lake along the roadbed is the best bite early morning and late evening. 3 Mile is reporting ice thickness about 8 inches off the main boat ramp. 12 Mile, ice thickness is about 8 inches off the east boat ramp. Black crappie bite is fair, gills are fair. And there's your fishing report for the week. Good morning, Roger. How you doing, buddy? 18 degrees here. Well, good for you, Raj. All right, I got to take a break. I'll be right back on 1350 ESPN. You're heading out on your morning hunt well before sunrise, so you can stay undetected from that giant you've been chasing. It's 19 degrees in Iowa, Roger. Know exactly where you're so you're 1 degree shyer. Without letting anyone know where you're at walking. We're starting to get a. We're supposed to get a warm up here. Onyx is one of the most important pieces of hunting gear that you can use and always have with you. The Onyx Hunt app allows you not only to get from your truck to your hunting minus spot, 18. It also allows well, that's different. Better you than me, Raj. That's what you get for living in New York. The Onyx Hunt app is also a great way to see your property. Minus 18, man. I had enough of that when we had that polar vortex a couple weeks ago. That was horrible. All around the country as a valuable hunting. So, I'm ready for some 50, 55 degree days, you know, get the turkeys gobbling, get the crappie moving in. Hey guys, Outdoors Dan here. Do you have a message that you need help getting out, or do you need help promoting your business? If you do, we need to have a chat. What? You ever thought about letting floater in here? Do the promotion while you're out driving around a little town? Floater thing in here. If you haven't, let's talk a little bit about Chase Decals and Ames, Iowa, and what they can do for you. I think you're just losing. I just got my truck wrapped up at Chase Decals and Ames, and they did an amazing. No, I got floaters, but they're black. I'll see them. You ever had those yet? Are you old enough to have floaters? Man, that drives you nuts. You sitting there going, what am I seeing? Oh, it's in my stupid eye. Off my ZR7. Now, wherever I go, folks will be talking about the Outdoor Call Radio Network. Yeah, I'll tell you. Getting your message out or showing people what exactly your business does, I want you to pick up the phone and call Josh at 515-292-6466. There you go. That's 515-292-6466. Lincoln County, Kansas. Or go online to chasedecals.com and start planning your campaign today. Oh, can't wait to get down there and turkey hunt, Tricia. April can't get here fast enough for me.
There's more than great burgers and handmade ice cream shakes waiting for you.
Watching the phones in case Larry calls back.
Great food like buttermilk fried chicken.
He's probably down. He probably went to the farm.
Or an Iowa pork tenderloin, to name just a few. Central Standard Restaurant features a large menu that will be sure to please even the pickiest ones in your crew. The daily mac and cheese specials will bring a smile to any kid from 5 to 50. The shakes are just like Mom and Dad had back in their day. Cold, tall, and amazing.
Hey, don't forget to go listen to the Outdoor Call Radio app. We've got that deer hunt to Kansas to Triple H we're giving away. I think we got about 7-8 weeks left. It's almost $7,000 with everything piled onto that prize. All you gotta do is download the Outdoor Call Radio app on iTunes or on Google Drive or Alexa and listen, and you'll hear the promo. I'm going to change the promo tomorrow. So every week I throw a different promo on there. Oh, I'll be down, Trish. I should be down there the first week of April unless Donovan changes the dates. So yeah, it's usually like the 8th or 9th or something like that.
The highest quality materials and hardware.
Used to be down there like on the 2nd, but I think they kept that youth season, didn't they?
Whether you're out elk hunting, chasing moose,
we're usually in there that first week. Larry, Philip, and I. Ryan.
Itasca Footwear will provide you not only a great fit, but comfort for all-day adventures. Itasca has sizes and styles for the whole family. You want to give them the same comfort and fit that you look for in footwear so everyone can enjoy their day. Look for Itasca Footwear, trusted by millions of customers at most major and family-owned retails. For more information or footwear styles, please go to www.itascabrands.com. Itasca Footwear. They will keep you on the move.
How much longer?
We got a minute.
A minute? Got a minute.
Our dogs are part of the family, and we want to protect them at all times.
Hey, Tacticam's got a big sale going on for Valentine's Day. $70 if you want a Solo Extreme. $129. They're normally $199. Make sure you take advantage of that. Those are awesome for turkey hunting. You can put it right on your shotgun or bow. I like taking them and putting them out in my decoy spread. You can get some really good audio and video. You'll hear turkeys making sounds you never heard before because that audio quality is that good.
To help your dogs enjoy their playtime and stay safe at the same time.
A lot of times I'll set it off, have it sideways to the Jake. You can actually watch your arrow come in and smack the bird. It's pretty cool.
PetStop.com. Pet Stop of Des Moines. Outdoors Dan recommended and Raven approved.
You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio. Only got a minute or so here, and then we got a break for the top of the hour, so we'll be all caught up, though. Hey, real quick, Tacticam's got a big sale going on right now. They've got their Solo Extremes. They're normally $199.99. You can get them for $129. Just go check them out on the website and order them. It's for the Tacticam Solo Extreme. You get $70 off just in time for Valentine's Day. Isn't that awesome? I think that's a great deal. All right, Raven and I went out shed hunting yesterday. I went and pulled some camera gear. Some of my camera bases I left in a couple spots. I didn't find any sheds, but boy, we found some great turkey sign, and we saw a bunch of tracks, turkey scat. Saw some strut marks. Strutters will strut all year long. I don't know why, but they do. Strutter's gonna strut. That's right. Andrew just said it. But so I kind of already picked me out a spot up on one of the farms for my spring hunt, and it's a great time right now to do some postseason scouting. You can get into those bedding areas, go from the food source, and walk the trails back to the bedding area. It doesn't hurt if you bump any deer right now because it's 7-8 months before deer season. They're going to forget all about that, but you might find some sheds and just find another 2 or 3 tree stand spots that you might not have seen before. Great time to get out there and get in the woods and do some scouting right now. So have fun. All right, I got to go. We'll be right back from the folks with Revelton on 1350 ESPN. Trisha, I don't know if I've got that one yet. I know I got most of the clamps. Ben, I was talking to Ben about trying to get some stuff for the 6.0. I think I got the stabilizer mount, and then I got the V clamp deal.
Shortly thereafter, you may or may not get really sick. Your doctor may or may not test you for Lyme disease.
Rob?
The test
You got Rob's
may
number?
not detect it.
I had a couple,
You may or may not get the medication needed.
Oh,
If untreated or not treated on time, You could have a lifetime of complications.
That's all right.
Don't take
240.
that chance.
Yep,
Get
yep.
a limited
That's the one I
clothing.
I'll do that. Morning, Nathan. I'll do that, Tricia.
Insect Shield, a repellent that is fused to the fabric fibers. Ticks hate it. A limited clothing will retain its effectiveness for the life of the garment and needs no special care. The treatment is odorless and
I'm
invisible.
getting a lot of junk mail. I'm getting a lot of junk in my
From
email.
ticks, chiggers,
Yeah,
and
it's
other biting
ridiculous.
insects, and is featured in a complete line of quality game hide hunting clothing. To learn more,
I'll
visit
check that out. Thank you.
Hi, this is Dr. Don Gilbert from New Life Counseling Services with offices in West Des Moines and Ankeny, Iowa. I know things can be tough in the world today. I see it every day. People dealing with relationship issues, parenting struggles, anxiety, depression.
Dr. Don, everybody say a prayer for Dr. Don. He's been going through some stuff.
Struggling and are looking for someone to help
That's
you
our
find
buddy.
answers to a better relationship, a marriage, or just helping with everyday stress. Please consider calling me at New Life. We offer a family-friendly, straightforward approach to helping you to get through the layers of stress that can be harmful to your health, relationships, and your work. The staff at New Life offer one-on-one sessions that get right to the heart of the matter. We work with you so
Thank you,
can discover
Nathan.
better choices on how to handle the issues you
He's
might
a
be
good
dealing
guy.
with in your life. When you're looking for someone to listen to you, we're here. Please consider calling us for a confidential appointment at New Life, 515-225-4006.
Good morning, Tom. Good to see you.
664-5003 in Ankeny. Also find us 24/7 at newlifecounseling.com. We are here to
If you're
help
just
you.
joining us, I'll be out at Lollipop Popcorn in Ankeny next Saturday. I'll have Iowa Deer Classic tickets, plus some free popcorn to give out.
High Mountain Seasonings has everything you
I'm
need
excited
to
about
make
that,
some of the
man.
best
Get
tasting
some
sauces,
of that.
sticks, or jerky around.
What's that moose? What's that moose? Moose.
Easy-to-use kits that are used at home, including three new
It's got a
low-sodium
moose that's got
brands
chocolate
available
and
for
stuff in there.
out-of-game
That
snacks
stuff's
or
really
fun.
good, and the zombie popcorn's really good.
Grilling steaks
Yeah.
or smoking your favorite meats taste
Of course, the
even
kettle
better
corn
with
and the caramel
specialty
corn is good.
spices, marinades, and
Yeah.
rubs for deer,
Yeah.
elk, or your favorite
Raven's
steak.
always excited when I go to Lollipop. He loves popcorn.
Taco and fajita blends.
I don't know who's happier, me or the dog.
Grills all across the country. Look for High Mountain Seasonings at Sportsman's Warehouse or at your favorite grilling retailer. Or go to HIMTNJerky.com for recipes and to find the closest store near you. High Mountain Seasonings has everything you need to make your game or favorite grilling meats taste great.
Deer Classic is a good show, Tricia. I thought Kansas Bowhunters had a thing every year.
Sports leader. And that was gone! A Des Moines Radio Group station.
You need to get a hold of Sean Harding and talk to him. They do a pretty good little show there in Kansas.
ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan. Hour number 2 is brought to you by the fine folks at Elite Archery. Have you taken the Shootability Challenge yet? If you haven't, I encourage you to do that. They're having the big shoot out of Vegas this weekend, and Elite's doing pretty good from what I'm hearing. So if you want to go check out the new the Verdict, which is the new target bow, or the Omnia, the Envision, or the new Era, that's their first ever carbon bow. All of those are going to be really good choices for you. I'm shooting the Omnia right now. I'll probably try to shoot an Era later in the year. But, it was hard for me to hang my Envision up. I'll tell you, I shot 2 really nice bucks with that bow last fall. But I'm pretty impressed with that Omnia. That bow has got a really, really good smooth draw cycle to it. It's got that elite feel when you're at full draw, and it got increased arrow speed without giving up any of the forgiveness or feel of the bow. So if you like a little faster bow and you want to try and get out and do some testing, go check out your nearest archery elite archery dealer right here in Des Moines. It's Archery Field and Sports, and you can also find them. They got dealer locators and all that other stuff. But Mark and everybody will take care of you over there as well. You're welcome, buddy. I know you miss your mom, Tony. We're gonna miss her too. She was a good lady, buddy. Having gained a really good angel up there, and I'm sorry, pal. I know it hurts. So that's rough when you lose your mom or your dad. I always tell everybody, man, if you got your mom and dad around, you better call and tell them you love them every day, because you just never know. My dad passed away when he was 58, and it just I'd give I've said that I bet you I've said that 100 times. Rob's not answering. Huh. Well, let me see if I can text him. Boy, that boy! I tell you what, he's busy.
Busy. Yep.
He's busy.
Tell you what.
Huh?
Get some stuff out of him.
Get some stuff.
Yeah. Got to make our way down there again. Speaking of stuff, good stuff.
Well, yeah.
Looking forward to getting some more.
Yeah, Hank, where's he at, Hank? You still watching, Hank? I'm telling you.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I just saw him at the distillery. He gave me a barrel taste of that new rye.
How was it?
I'm telling you what, it tasted really, really good. But boy, I tell you what, that's some high octane rye. I'm telling you. I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah.
And it's like, woo.
Knock you back a little.
Yeah. Hank, I'm trying to call him. Where's he at? No, we're getting a call back. Uh-oh. Yep. Was it the Phantom Caller?
Phantom Caller, yeah.
That darn Phantom Caller, man.
Call back, Phantom Caller.
Yeah. He's probably in a high level. You know what probably happened? Rob, people call Rob from all over the country wanting his expertise and advice on stuff. They're probably calling him to deal with the Chinese surveillance balloon. That's probably where he's at.
Because that's where Rob, that's his comfort zone.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, strategic national defense is right down Rob Taylor's alley. I'm telling you right now. I bet you right now he's in the strategy room conference call, and they're trying to, because he took Revelton from nothing and built it up until this multinational distillery force all over the planet, and they're probably going, Rob, if you can do that out of Iowa, we need your help on this Chinese balloon.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, man, that rye, they hit him with that rye. That balloon ain't got a chance, man. It tasted great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have a whiskey sour with that stuff.
Oh my god.
That is, or an old fashioned.
I'm gonna make my way down there as soon as I can.
Yeah. Hank, good stuff there, Hank. Good job. Well, apparently, shoot it. Tony says shoot it down. Listen, it's a 60,000 feet, Tony. I don't know. We can't get up that far.
Yeah, you don't want to miss.
Yeah, and now they say there's another one. Now they say there's a second one.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What's that?
I'm gonna strap a balloon and just send it up there just to mess with everybody.
See, I promised 2 years ago I wasn't going to talk politics on the show anymore, and I've kept to it pretty much.
Oh, you've done great.
Yeah, but it kills me. It just kills me because I've got stuff to say, but you guys don't want to hear it because you're sick of it as much as I am. So I'll keep to my promise.
All right, good.
I'll keep to my promise.
That's good.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Dan. You're welcome, Hank. You're welcome. So anyway, Raven, scouting right now is a great time to get out there. I've gotten several trail cam pictures of deer dropping, at least one side. So if you like to shed hunt, I'd say game on. If you get a chance, we're supposed to have some really, really nice days. It's probably going to be pretty sloppy, muddy in the fields right when the thaw hits. There was still pretty decent snowpack when Raven and I was out yesterday. But, man, I found some rubs yesterday that I had no idea were there. Got the old Onyx out and marked that because I found a good rub line. I will have a tree stand on that rub line next year or this next season. I'm telling you what, that's good stuff. I wouldn't be able to have your restraint. Rick, it's hard, buddy. But here's the thing. What's the deal? Well, I mean, what good is it going to do if I get on here and rant and rave? Because 90% of you are going to agree with me. I know that in my heart. You've been listening and following this show for so long. You kind of know where I'm at. So it's like, what good does it do? I got a friend of mine who says, you got a responsibility as a broadcaster. You should be talking about your opinion. People don't listen to this show for that. They listen to find out how big of an idiot I am. And how I screw up on hunting and fishing. That's what they listen for this show for. The
comedic relief.
Yeah, I'm your friendly neighborhood idiotic bow hunter. But I'm telling you what, it's hard not to say something sometimes. I'm telling you. Anyway, moving on. Just moving on up. Did you see Laverne and Shirley? Did you see Laverne and Shirley died?
Really?
Yeah, Shirley died. Now they're both gone now.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, even though I was doing the Jeffersons.
Shirley
Feeney.
You're Shirley. That happened.
Yeah, what's her real name?
Shirley.
It's not Shirley in real life.
Surely it is.
It's not Shirley. Hang on. Hang on. Well, Laverne and Shirley. Laverne and Shirley. It's Cindy Williams is who passed away. That's who played. Yeah, Cindy. Thanks, Pat. Cindy Williams. But I can't believe they're both gone now.
This is 1350.
That's crazy, isn't it?
You're close.
Yeah. Thanks, Jen.
Yes, it's
yeah. Thanks, Donovan. I love that show, man. Squiggy, Lenny and Squiggy. You know, that was a good show. And the what was the other guy? The singer, Carmine something.
That sure is.
I don't know. I'm just glad I grew up when I grew up, man. We had good Happy Days and we had good TV shows. The A-Team.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You had me.
Good stuff.
You know, you had me going there for a bit.
Hey, don't forget, we got the big Triple H Dream Hunt contest going underway on the Outdoor Call Radio app. All you got to do is download the app and listen during the week. I've got promos running every day. When you hear trophies, when you hear trophies of a dream hunt, get your dream trophy. When you hear Triple H Outfitters, that's your clue to listen. I've got a new phrase that plays every week, and not only are you going to get a really great whitetail hunt with Donovan and Hilly and everybody down at Triple H, but you're going to get an $1,100 bow from Elite. You're going to get gift cards from Pure Whitetail, Onyx, Game Hide, Sportsman's Warehouse. You get a free shoulder mount from Jones Brothers Taxidermy. You get a free Work Sharp electric sharpener, a pair of boots from Itasca, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So make sure you listen. You got about 7 weeks before we draw that name. So there you go. Did you get Larry? Larry? Is this my brother Larry? Daryl?
No. Me call from Balloon? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Yeah. No, Donovan, you cannot enter for your own drawing.
Donovan, yes you can. I say you can.
You know, Donovan,
yeah,
you can, if you want to give yourself a hunt, just give yourself a hunt, and Larry will give you a bow. All you got to do is ask him.
Oh, yeah, here we go again.
Are you going to sit there on national radio and tell your outfitter you wouldn't get him a bow?
You did. I had to correct you.
What?
You did. No, you told him you weren't going to let him enter in the drawing.
He can't enter in the drawing, but he can give himself a hunt. Yeah.
Well, okay, so.
Hey, I got to tell you, Larry McCoy did one of the best radio commercials I've ever recorded in 25 years of broadcasting yesterday. I can't wait for you to hear it. He was on point.
Oh yeah, it was something. It was something. It was like almost like I was sampling that new rye whiskey from Remington.
Hey, I'm gonna thank you, Paula. I appreciate you listening. Hey, you're gonna like that. You're gonna love that stuff, man.
Oh, I bet. I can't wait.
Yeah,
try some of it.
Yeah, you're gonna love that stuff. All right, hey, I called you because I wanted you to rattle off the releases again. Let's start with the S2 because that's the one I'm gonna probably try to get out of you before the year's over. What you and Ryan and Paul were just up at the factory in New York last week. What'd you think of that when you shot it?
I really like this release. I mean, a double C release. It's actually a double C release, and it's not like it's super new, but the functionality of the release is really cool. And if you like to shoot a thumb button style release, and you like the feel of that really crisp shot, that's exactly what this does. I mean, it gives you those benefits in a wrist strap style index finger release. It does come with 2 triggers, so it'll come with a swept-back trigger or a forward trigger as well. And most people, when they see it on social media or they've seen the pictures of it, they're like, does it have 2 jaws? No, it doesn't have 2 jaws. That bottom one actually cocks that jaw, so lock it in just like a thumb trigger release has a cocking, so it cocks the jaw. That's exactly what that does as well. And, I mean, the release is super crisp. And so there's multiple adjustments on the release. Like I said, you can adjust the trigger in and out. You can change the trigger out to a forward or back. It's on NCS strap, so you can adjust, basically the length and how far out you want to release. It also has a new strap, a new thicker strap that's it's just all around a great release. I shot it quite a bit when I was up there, and before I went up there.
So now I love the Verge. The Verge came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
You liked it. You didn't think I was going to like it, but I actually liked it. I mean, I smoked both of my deer with it last year.
Mm-hmm.
How does that compare to the Verge?
It's a totally different release, a style of release. The Verge is more like hybrid in between, like almost like a back tension and trigger. Really helps with target panic. I feel like it can help you with that. It's just and pulling through your shot. This release is just super crisp, super crisp. You can pull through. You can adjust your tension. You can adjust your travel. You can adjust everything within the release, and it's something that Scott's needed in the lineup for a while, and now we have it. And it's I would say it's a top release definitely that Scott offers right now as far as the wrist strap next to it.
All right, it does. It does. So it doesn't have a click before it fires like the Verge does.
No, that'd be on the hinge.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
On the hinge, which is similar to a sear. I mean, you still got it's falling off the ledge. That's when you hear a click.
Yeah.
But like on the Verge, you can shoot without a click as well.
I like that click. I mean, it just helps me aim better. So.
Well, usually what a click does is tells you that it's about ready to, it's in firing mode.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I'm still impressed with that one. What about the Apex Core?
Apex Core. Anybody that knows Scott has heard about the Apex. There's a thumb button release with an open hook design. So we really just kind of built off that and what we were hearing back from people of what they wanted, and they love the Apex. But they wanted to use it for hunting. They want a closed hook instead of an open hook. So what they did is they developed one with a finger hole in it as well. So it's a thumb button with a closed hook design. Has a lot of the same internals as the Apex, and it's same all the adjustments. You can adjust the thumb trigger. You can adjust the trigger travel, the tension, all of that as well. It's been a lot of people inquiring about that too.
And then the Select layer.
Select is back tension release, and it's a new back tension basically for and it's got grooves in it, so keeps your fingers and stuff for slipping, and also it has basically 2 moons similar to the Ascent, so you can adjust the distance from the click all the way to the trigger travel and everything else. And it has all the adjustments of the Ascent as well. So, and it's aluminum design. Both the Apex Core and the Select come with a 4-finger, so you can shoot a 2-finger, 3-finger, or 4-finger. It comes in a package that way.
And which one are you going to shoot this year?
Probably. I mean, if I was going to shoot one, I'm more of a wrist strap guy. I like to have a wrist strap. I like to tinker. That's just my opinion. I'll probably shoot the S2, I would say.
Okay, all right. That'd probably be my choice. I like
They're really nice releases.
Yeah. Well, and I like that NCS strap on there, too. You can really dial that in for, make sure that that's really a custom fit for you.
That ensures that you won't have any torque as well. If you do grip your bow, you're drawing your bow at an angle, or you have a lot of facial pressure, and you just want to make sure that everything remains straight.
Yeah, I think those are that. It's been a while since. I mean, that's a hefty release. No pun intended for Scott. I mean, three of them at the same time. That's awesome.
Yeah, and all 3 kind of facets of where you have the wrist strap, you have a thumb button, and you have a hinge release coming. And like I said, all of them are really nice.
Yep.
The thing about the Select too is people were kind of wanting a lighter version of that Ascent, and it is kind of a lighter version of that with some benefits.
Gotcha. All right. Hey, good morning, Kyle. Thanks for watching this morning. We appreciate you. So I had Melissa Bachman on in the first hour, and we were talking about decoying and stuff. And I told her I had to give you some crud on the. I said, yeah, we all can't be like Larry McCoy, where you just show up and they just open their shoulder and say, "Take me, Larry."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, Melissa Bachman is she's about as good as it gets when it comes to decoying deer and turkey. She does a great job, and we've been in camps. I mean, she goes and she produces herself. Her footage is top notch. She puts out a great production, and it's literally everything she does. And her whole camp over there is solid. I've always had the utmost respect for her and what she does, because she hunts her butt off. There ain't no doubt.
Oh, she's a great outdoor ambassador, that's for sure. So
Yeah,
she she says that if she's out and she harvests a mature buck, she'll take the tarsal glands and then you put it under her decoy. That's a great tip.
Oh yeah, I've done that as well. I usually just rub my decoy down because I keep it outside. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you go watch some of her stuff. She does a great job of decoying deer and turkey and get some phenomenal footage.
Yeah, I told her I learned a lot from you with decoys over the last couple of years. And you're really good at it. So is Philip. But man, I love that. I just can't think of hunting the rut without a decoy. That's one of my favorite things to do every fall.
Yeah, it's definitely, once you get it to work, it does take a little bit of level of commitment. Just because there's a little, any hunter that's doing it for the first time is a little uncertain about it. Excuse me. So it's like I had to sneeze. I was like, man.
Yeah.
But they're just a little uncertain about it, because like, man, well, what if I see, what if he runs away? What if this? A lot of times too, they're not. They appear like they're super, super spooked, but they're not. Just like it's no different like when you drive up in the field, and you see a deer or a coyote comes out in the field, and deer runs off. You may see that deer back out in the field, either later that evening or, the next evening or whatever the case may be. You'll know if they're really blowing out. But if they're just acting like stomping, acting like they're a little, just acting a little goofy, a lot of times, I mean, that's how they survive. So you may have to just adjust a little bit.
Yeah.
But I have had deer act spooked from it. Not really spooked, but just, not commit one day, and then you stay after them, and then the next day or the day after, they just have a different attitude about them, and they come right in.
Yeah. I was on, is it Instagram?
Yeah, that's that one platform, that people post on all the time.
It's that colored app, that's not Facebook. I was on there.
Looks like a camera.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. And I saw RTG Living. I saw you or Paul put that my elk on there from a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to say I remember that bull.
Yep. That's that series is taken off. We've actually got a bunch more episodes that's going to be coming out here shortly. We're finishing up some of the production on the second half of this season that's airing now, and and then we'll really be kicking it in gear with the RTG Living stuff.
Yeah, I told Larry, I called him the other day. I saw the show Respect the Game TV. I watched it Tuesday night, I think. Is that our first night, or is Monday our first night on?
Well, it's on Monday during the day, but the first prime airing is Tuesday.
On Sportsman's Channel?
Yes.
Okay. So Tuesday night I watched the show in real time because I tape them usually. But anyway, even though I wasn't in the show, I still thought it was an awesome show. I'm just tired of getting all the emails saying, "Why aren't you in the show more?" It's just like I don't know. They just keep cutting my stuff out.
Well, I mean, you got it. It's 22 minutes, and I mean 3 minutes probably. Like you said, you're thinking Instagram.
Hey, in all fairness to Larry, my dad Tom came in so quick last year. I think I had 30 seconds of footage, and that was about it. And that was the only bird I shot. But I honestly, I thought that was one of the best episodes we've ever put out. I'll say you guys, because you guys do all the work. But it just, man, you're hunting Missouri, and then Kent's hunt was good, and that one with Paul, that was one of the most unique bow hunt and turkey hunts I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was odd. Even he said, that he was actually, the bird was earlier in the morning, he was actually hunting that bird and just didn't get it done. And they were parked. They kind of circled around to get out. And whenever they were walking back, they looked and they saw the bird cut across his pasture and go in and kind of loaf in this little island of trees in his pasture. And so he's like, well, let's just see if we can't get up on him. And they're in the middle of the pasture, and that they could see the bird in there, just kind of laying there with his head tucked, and they just kind of walked around on the back of him and got fairly close enough to where you could get an arrow in it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's definitely a different style of turkey hunt, but I mean, you got to take what you can get.
Oh, I thought it was awesome. And then Ryan, I forgot Ryan got a double last year.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that was one of those where we're so excited after the first one, and I was like, well, yeah, you can shoot two in this county in here, so and I was like, get another arrow.
Yeah, that was at Triple H, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that bird you shot in Missouri, man, that was one of the thickest beards I've ever seen, Larry Mack.
Yeah, it was a pretty good bird. Like I said, it was one of those where we didn't really know what to expect, and we heard a gobble way off, and he ended up wanting to play the game. He came a long ways, and then once he got to where it really hurts, he closed the distance pretty quick.
Yeah.
Through the timber, so.
Yeah, that's great.
It worked out good, and I'm super, I'm pumped up for turkey season now, and going out and trying to find some sheds for sure. So hopefully it's going to be a good year. It looks like there's a decent hatch.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty pumped up about this spring for sure.
All right, you get to see Larry Mack. He'll be at the Iowa Deer Classic in the Outdoor Call Radio booth. He'll be up here in Iowa in a couple weeks, so you get to see Larry. Hey, if you want to watch the show, Larry, tell them where they can see RTG Living and Respect the Game TV.
RTG Living, they can find it on YouTube. That's kind of our YouTube series over there. As far as RTG, Respect the Game Television, the Sportsman's Channel, on Channel Waypoint. You can find it about anywhere that you consume outdoor television. So it's just Respect the Game TV. Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook as well. And don't forget to subscribe to Respect the Game TV YouTube channel.
There you go. Donovan says you need to call him. He's got an order for you.
Gotcha.
Larry Mack, thanks for coming on talking about the releases, buddy.
Yep, not a problem.
Have a good weekend, pal.
All right, we'll take care.
There he goes, Larry Mack, the man, the myth, the legend. 8:26 and some change. We'll be right back.
If bow hunting
Larry Mack's good stuff, folks.
Get to Archery Field and Sports in Altoona.
That's one of the best things I ever did was move over with him, Ryan, and Paul on our Respect the Game. We have a lot of fun on that show.
To help you with your purchase and
good morning, Pam.
Archery Field and Sports carries archery gear from Matthews, Hoyt.
It's kind of weird going from your own show, and then and I've said this for years. I would have never been able to do Outdoors Traditions TV for 20 years if it wasn't for Jeff Jorgensen. Jeffy did a lot of the work on that and produced a lot of the hunts, and I was very blessed to have Jeff on the show with me the whole run. But it just it was time, and it was a blessing. Moving over with the guys, man, I tell you. Semper Fi, Todd. Semper Fi, buddy. Good to see you.
For more information, go to archeryfield.com or call 515-265-65.
I like it when we're all in camp and just sitting back and hearing everybody give each other crap. That's the best part of the hunt right there. It's funny.
Then you need to check out Alive Action Decoys. Hey guys, it's Outdoors Dan here. Alive Action Decoys are one of the most realistic decoy systems you can deploy while you're in the field turkey hunting. Wade and Teresa Goddard start with the Dave Smith Gobbler decoy.
Kyle, I'm ready to kill some birds, man.
That allows you to raise your decoys.
I'm ready to go.
Up and down, moving side to side, and even walk that tom up and back while it's on the platform. Alive Action Decoys are so amazingly.
I'm just hoping we have a good spring.
The weirdest little lost tom you got running around your woods. Plus, the good thing is they're made right here in the good old USA.
As much as I love deer hunting and going chasing elk, and I mean them elk bugles get me going too. But
6, 7,
them turkey
4,
gobbles
1,
and
6,
stuff.
2, 6.
It's just,
Take it from me, Outdoors Dan.
and when they come in and you hear that
More successful field this year.
that spitting and drumming,
The Olive
I
Tap is a
just
brand new location
I feel sorry for people that don't get to experience this stuff. Good morning, Dave Jones.
The Olive Tap is your one destination for the finest cooking oils.
Jones Brothers Taxidermy's in the house.
Fresh salads and sandwiches. They now have even more of your favorite olive oils from Italy, Greece, Spain, and other countries, with unique flavors like Tuscan herb, basil, spicy garlic and parmesan, smoky bacon, and jalapeno, just to name a few. The Olive Tap also offers special oils like
Yeah, they're still flocked up, Rick.
not to mention 20 different varieties of
Be about another,
raspberry, strawberry, hickory
probably about another 5-6 weeks, and they'll start busting up.
Carry sauces, spices, seasonings, jellies, and other fine cooking.
Oh, I hear you, Kyle. I love it. When that's spitting and drumming, when they're all bloomed out and they're dragging their wingtips and stuff, man, and
Southwest Main Street, Suite 105.
that is just awesome. No Joe today.
641065 or at theolivetap.com.
Going fishing is something we look forward to all week. We all want to be better at it and use the best gear available.
Listen to this.
Will help us feel the bite better and give superb casting performance. Well, when it comes to sensitivity and longer casting, Trika has been
to take care of Larry
Trika
Mack.
rods are scientifically
He's a
proven
big
to be more
shot.
sensitive with their unique
He's a big celebrity, man.
times as sensitive as other costly rod brands. Trika casting performance will give you
It's like having Elvis on the show.
Keep your bait in the strike zone longer. Trika knows you work hard for your money, and they want to give you a rod that will cast longer. And
Yeah, Pat, but you know what? We're working on something having a doe decoy. That's all I can say. Stay tuned. A doe decoy will work, especially if you. I'm going to use a bedded doe decoy with my DSD buck decoy. I'm thinking that's money right there. Stay tuned. There you go, Kyle. Jeff Knutson's a good, fine feller.
Well, Tacticam has been helping hunters do that very thing.
But right now we're using a buck. Now, hey, I have taken late season. I've taken the antlers off my Dave Smith decoy, my buck, and put the ears forward. And I've had bucks come in on that, setting it up like a doe, Pat.
Wi-Fi compatible. Feature live stream capabilities.
But
Over 2.5 hours of record time.
I'm hoping this gets done what I'm thinking is getting done, because it's going to be a game changer.
Tacticam remote lets you hook up multiple cameras to one remote to capture more angles and shots like never
15
before.
seconds.
So when you're ready to record your next hunting or fishing adventure,
Rob ever call back?
don't forget to take your Tacticam camera. You'll
Nah.
be able to relive your trips like never before.
He didn't answer my text either. Something must have.
You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. Hey, we've been talking to some folks. So we're probably going to start doing some more segments on game processing. So that'll be later in the year, probably late July, August, September. And then as we get into December of this year, we're going to tell you about doing some stuff at home. So we're working on that as well. I talked to my buddy John McGann, who he's a gourmet chef out in the New York area, outdoor chef. And he's got some stuff cooking, no pun intended, that we're going to try and incorporate with. So always looking to try to get some content going. Hey, the Beast Feast is going to be February 18th. They're still, I think they're trying to sell tables. So if you got a group of folks that you want to come in, but if they don't sell out the tables, then they're going to probably open that up to individual tickets. So if you go to the Family Cancer Network on Facebook and just check in, there will be a little red tag there. It says Beast Feast. If you click on that, you'll be able to see if individual tickets are. And if I find out, if they call me or email me, I'll let you know. But I think there's a few tables left for the 18th, and I hope to see everybody out there. That's always a fun event, and we're going to have some fun with that. I want to thank the Iowa Jeep Club for helping me get the camping package together with Sportsman's Warehouse, and they kicked in and was able to let me do some better and bigger stuff to help raise more money. So thanks to everybody at the Iowa Jeep Club. We appreciate those guys. Live action decoys are going to be at the Iowa Deer Classic. That's coming up here in a few weeks. Man, can you believe that? What is that, 3 weeks from now?
About that.
Is it 3 weeks? Where's
yeah,
my handy dandy calendar?
Handy
1,
dandy
2,
calendar.
3, 4 weeks. The Iowa Deer Classic is in 4 weeks.
Hot dog.
I'm telling you, hot doggy. I'm looking forward to that. So we'll have a big giveaway at the Outdoor Call radio booth. We'll be over there by working class bow hunters and forerunner blinds and right there, right on the end. So come out and see us, and we'll have some stuff and stuff. I don't know. We're going to have something to do with the live action decoys. I just got to figure out what we're doing. So that's if you haven't seen that Frankenstrutter yet, you need to go on their Facebook page and check them out. It's pretty cool.
It's all there,
Black and white,
clear
crystal.
as crystal.
Come on.
What?
Oh, man.
Yeah. Now, see, I don't mind that one.
You don't mind
The
that
come
one?
on man's fine, but the other one, that's just, yeah. Oh, brother. Actually, I think rabbit season's still going, isn't it?
I believe so.
I think it is, yeah. Oh, brother. Hey, speaking of rabbits, you want to head over as fast as you can and to like a rabbit and get a Valentine's present? Well, Herman's Fine Jewelers is there for you. 2900 University in West Des Moines, 222-2600. Donnie and Frank's been helping people for over 33 years. Over 10,000 diamonds and mountings in stock, in-store jewelry repair, custom jewelry available. If you're looking to trade something in that hey, you might need a new turkey blind, you might need a new shotgun or a new elite bow. If you got stuff laying in the jewelry box you just don't wear anymore, take it over to Herman's, and chances are you're going to get more for your treasure than you will going for somewhere else. Herman's Fine Jewelers, they'll help you out. They do a lot of good things over there, and they're just super nice people. 2900 University in West Des Moines, 222-2600. Herman's Fine Jewelers. Obi-Wan Kenobi Yagi. We got to talk about him a little bit.
I got to get to an appointment over there.
Do you need to go see Obi-Wan?
I need to see him again.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
Oh, man. I'm trying to get an Ozonics unit for this Kansas Dream Hunt to Triple H Outfitters. If I get that, it'll be almost $7,000. Is that not all? I'm telling you. See, I like putting these packages together. I almost have as much fun doing that as I do talking about them.
Well, that's,
yeah,
that's a good thing, right?
Well, I just remember when I first started, and I remember how expensive everything was. And, you want to get the latest and the greatest stuff. And, a lot of times you just can't afford it. And I remember those days. I mean, I'm old now. I mean, I've got a little more income than I used to have back then. But I've never forgotten that. And, Larry and I were talking about that the other day. And that's one of the things that I've always liked about this show. Because whenever we do trivia, when I first moved up to Iowa, we used to do, remember those kids packs we used to do? I used to give away a muzzleloader, a Matthews Genesis bow, a block archery target, a pack of Muzzy broadheads, $50 gift card to Sportsman's Warehouse, binoculars. I mean, it was like over $1,000.
That's great.
And we did that for like 3 or 4 years, and then companies started getting bought out or getting absorbed, and we just couldn't do it anymore. But I miss that. I mean, that was awesome. I actually had a guy come up to me at this meant a lot to me the other day. I was at Sportsman's Warehouse, and I had a guy come up and goes, "Dan?" And I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Do you remember me?" And I said, "Please forgive me. You look familiar, but I don't know exactly who you are." He goes, "Well, 15 years ago," and I'm going to remember, he was a kid, and this guy's bigger than me now. He goes, 15 years ago, I won one of your kids' packs. And I just want to tell you, that made our whole family's year. And, that meant a lot to me. Yeah. I miss doing stuff like that. That's why I try to do as much as we can.
Yeah. Well, you get the young guy, get the young kid introduced like that. How organically can it be?
They got a rod and reel, a tackle box. I mean, they could go hunting and fishing just on that package.
Yeah.
It was just a good thing to do, but unfortunately, we just can't. We can't. If companies have tightened down so much, you just can't do that every month anymore. So when we do these big hunting packs things and stuff, I get excited because it's kind of like doing the old stuff again.
Yeah.
Because when I first started, I bought used tree stands, and I bought my first bow was maybe $100. I mean, I remember. I mean, it just, we just couldn't go out and buy all that good stuff, And I couldn't afford binoculars. I had a monocular. I mean, I'll never forget that, man. It was just like, and I thought I was just the cat's meow, man. I was cruising around in my little safety. I didn't even have a safety vest. I had a safety strap, But I was jamming, man. I was doing that Saturday Night Fever walk, Yeah. Yeah. There you go. All right, let me take a break. I'll be right. Oh, hey, Smoking Joe Smelter cannot be here today because he is taking care of customers. And well, you know what it is. Jenny bought a car from him this week, so he's retiring again. He made another killing.
He had enough of you. Like, hey, that's enough for one week.
Yeah, he made enough killing off of me. He could take the rest of the week off, is what it was. Yeah. So anyway,
standing.
Yeah. So Joe is at the dealership at Carl Chevrolet at Ore Labor Road. If you want to get a good deal, or if you want to go kick the tires on something, go over there and see Smoking Joe Smelter. Ask for Smoking Joe Smelter, and he'll make you an offer you just can't say no to. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. And trust me, if after I do it, you'll even save more money. All right, we'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the whipped cream and the cherry on top. It's like a little bow on top of this great present of peppermint chip goodness. It tastes like the holidays.
Well, yeah.
Hey, my name is Chandler.
But Jenny's lease is up, so we're going to buy the lease.
Milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. For me, no milkshake is topping the peppermint chip milkshake.
Order a Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake
they've
on the
always been
Chick-fil-A
fair to
today.
me.
Available for a limited time. Real customers paid for
I complain a lot because it never fails. If I buy a new vehicle, within a month they'll have an extra $3 or $4 grand I could have saved. It never fails. It just bugs me. I'm happy for everybody else, but it's like, come on, man.
As you know, you educate your game and leave your
He did get me a bug shield, though.
in the field.
He did remember to get me a bug shield.
You can receive pictures in almost real time right to your app without going into the field. The Reveal offers half-second trigger speeds. Detects game from up to 96 feet away in 4G and LTE wireless modules. Verizon and AT&T plans available. 24-inch LCD screen, adjustable night illumination, and data plans starting as low as $5 a month. The Reveal's world-class app
Remind me to
allows you to set
redo
up your
this
camera,
commercial
add
because they got new
cameras,
cameras
view and
coming
organize
out.
pictures, and much more. Again, plans starting as low as $5 a month. The new Reveal by Tacticam saves time, gas, and most importantly, helps you stop educating your game.
Absolutely do. I love my reveals.
Head to the field this hunting season.
Man, I put my Lick and Grow mineral out from Bachman the other day, and I got deer.
To have a proper first aid
There's a shed buck going in there already on it. Look how they've opened that up already.
Antibiotic ointment and items
I had a bunch of does on there. Look at that. Look at all them does.
friendly dogs will buy it if they're in pain.
Right now is when the deer need the mineral because they're trying to recover from the rut. Them does are carrying fawns. They need all them minerals and vitamins now. Don't remember what we were saying last fall. Don't wait till August or April or May to get your mineral out. Get it out now.
Provides protection from the bush as he or she runs through. Be careful and have fun. Remember, this is what most of our dogs were born to do. This message has been brought to you by Dr. Steve from Westfield Veterinary Hospital. For questions about keeping your pet healthy, contact Dr. Steve by phone at 515-9865-PET. Westfield Veterinary Hospital, for the life of your pet.
Hey everybody, Outdoors Dan here. Let me ask you a quick question. Are you a hunter? If you are, there's a group that I would like to introduce you to, and that's Hunting Works for Iowa. Hunting Works for Iowa is a statewide organization that is focused on not only what hunting is, but what it does for the state of Iowa. Did you know hunting in Iowa annually brings in huge economic resources to our state? Hunters buy tags and permits every year so they can hunt here. That impacts restaurants, retail stores, gas stations, convenience stores, outfitters, and guides all over the state of Iowa. That leads to hundreds of state taxes and retail sales.
We'll get back to doing trivia after next week, guys.
Anti-hunting groups are working hard every year to limit your ability to hunt here.
I'm going to be out at Lollipop Popcorn next Saturday, and then when we get back, I'll have 2 shows before the Deer Classic, so you got at least 2 shows before you could win a pair of tickets to the Deer Classic, okay?
Website at huntingworksforiowa.com.
Let's talk about a story, an Iowa story about a dream that took several years to come true in Osceola, Iowa. It's the story of Revelton Distilling Company. These fine distilled whiskeys, gins, and vodkas were born from the labor of Rob and Christina Taylor. It's
Woke up at
amazing
4:30
hearing
again.
customers' descriptions of how unique each bottle looks and how each spirit tastes and satisfies with every sip. From the honey whiskey to the whiskey and cream, or the robust mulberry gin, American gin, or vodka.
Got the old pure whitetail Highlander grog going.
The flavor profiles the mixologists are creating at the distillery every day. Revelton Distillery is open Wednesday through Sunday in Osceola. They're located at 1400 West Clay Street, right off I-35. Revelton Distillery fine spirits are also available at your local grocery and other retailers around Iowa. Please check them out online at reveltondistillery.com or visit them at the distillery. If it's time to celebrate or just time to sit back and unwind, well, then it's time for a Revelton moment.
Heading to your favorite outdoor spot? Is your hunting, fishing, or utility knife ready for any task? Well, if you used the original Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener before you left, you bet they are. The Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener is designed to sharpen.
I got a big box from Work Sharp in. We'll be giving some sharpeners away here pretty quick too.
The sharpening system is able to sharpen a variety of knives, including curved and serrated knives, tonto blades, fillet knives, gut hooks, axes, and even kitchen knives. The Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener does this with precision angle sharpening guides and flexible abrasive belts to ensure the proper 20-degree angle every time. Each Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener is assembled in the USA by a family owned and operated company. Customer
Woke up
service
at 4:30, he started growling at me. He don't like it when I wake him up. I said, "Hey, you go back to sleep. I got to get up, dog."
Waking me up. Guided field sharpener at a store
Big
near
baby.
you, or anytime at worksharptools.com. That's worksharptools.com.
This is the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan. I had a couple questions about broadheads. I talked about this on Wednesday's show on the Outdoor Call Radio app a little bit, but this year I'm going to be using the new torches from Slick Trick. That's what I shot my bird in Iowa last year. Larry actually gave me a prototype before they came out, and I took it out, and I finally got a shot. Last year, them turkeys kicked my butt last year. I mean, that's just the way it was. But I had a Tom finally cooperate and come in, and boy, I shot him, and he went 3 steps, and it was it. That was awesome. It's a rear deploy mechanical, and for turkey hunting, mechanicals are really a great way to go, because when they go into that cavity, you remember a vital pocket on a turkey is about the size of a softball, right? It's not about as big as your fist, about the size of a softball. So when you go in either above an inch above the beard, or you go on broadside up the leg and about an upper third of the bird and about an inch toward its head, that's where you want to aim at. That's where that vital pocket's at, okay? Remember, in turkey hunting, if you hit them low, they're going to go. If you hit them high, they're going to die. That's a very, very true saying. You want to watch where that feather line is on that turkey. From their neck all the way down, it'll go the length of their body. But you want to go straight up that leg, upper third of the bird, about an inch and a half towards their head from the leg. And that's where your aiming point should be. That torch smacked that bird right there, and he went down. If you go to Respect the Game TV, you can actually watch it on their YouTube channel. I think they put that up there 3 or 4 days ago. Good morning, Rick. Good to see you there, mailman. Rick the Mailman Elliott. He got on me for the Soldier Boy jerky. If I gave my wife jerky for Valentine's Day, she'd kill me. I go, it wasn't for her, Rick. It was for her to give it to you. I said, your outdoor significant other. Because I had ladies asking me, what should I get my boyfriend or my husband? I don't know what to get him. And I said, because most people think gift cards, which I love getting gift cards to Sportsman's Warehouse. I'll take that every day of the week. Yeah. That's not a problem. But I said, why not get him a big box of Soldier Boy beef jerky? Go on Amazon. You can order it off Amazon. You can go to sbjerky.com. So Rick,
get the subscription box.
Well, you can subscribe. You can actually get it where you'll get it every week or what. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reoccurring gift that keeps on giving.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Why not go for it?
Yeah, instead of the Jelly of the Month Club, Soldier Boy Jerky.
Yeah. Jelly of the Month Club.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
No. Or the Bacon of the Month Club or whatever.
I didn't know there was a Bacon of the Month Club.
Oh, there is a Bacon of the Month.
Really?
Yeah. That's actually a real thing.
Maybe I should get involved with that.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's like $400 or $500.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
How much bacon are you getting for that?
I don't know, but it's not enough, I guarantee you. Those things I try to stay away from. But Soldier Boy Jerky, you can give it a whirl. So, but they got gift boxes and everything. If you buy it do me a favor. If you do go to Amazon and buy Soldier Boy Jerky on Amazon, when you buy it, do a review for me. Will you do that? I would appreciate that. Let's see. All right, so next Saturday we're at Lotta Pop from 7 to 9 in Ankeny. You can't miss it. Right off, what is that? Second Avenue, whatever. Right down the street from Imperial RV Center. And then the Beast Feast is going to be at Stony Creek Inn. And then I've got what else we got coming up? We got the Iowa Deer Classic, and then we have the Iowa Bow Hunters Dinner coming up in March. So we got some stuff cranking out here pretty quick. Don't forget, you want to get on that app, on the Outdoor Call Radio app on your iPhone, Android, or Alexa app stores. Download it. It's free to do that. It's free to listen. We got some really good new shows on there. If you like weapons, there's an Iraqi Afghanistan war veteran that hosts a show called Victory Drive. That's on Thursdays. Little salty language. I got a language advisory on there, but the content's really good content. I mean, they get into some weapons and some really cool stuff there. Anyway, don't forget to listen to the Triple H Dream Hunt contest. That's on there. It's almost it'll be at $7,000 before I'm done with it. Before we give that away, I'm going to try to get Larry to get me an Ozonics unit. So we'll make it happen. I'll just say, Larry Mack, come on, Larry Mack, please, come on, man, buddy. All right, if it'll shut you up. He doesn't say that to me.
He might.
Whatever. Yeah. Did I got to break again?
Yeah, you've been talking a lot.
All right, I got to go again. Sorry. We'll be right back. Broadheads, the torch. I'm sorry. See, how do I get off on another tangent? My ADD kicked in. Squirrel. The torch is a great one. And if you don't want to do that, the Assailant from Slick Tricks. Those are two great broadheads for turkeys. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN. Kind of wondered there a little bit.
Hey, what's your name? Here's a Mrs. Butterworth.
Are you into hunting, fishing, camping, or tailgating? If you are, we'd like to introduce you to Arctic
Yeah, I don't know how I got sidetracked on that deal.
Way to keep your game, beverages, and camping supplies cold and fresh wherever your adventure takes you. Arctic ice packs are a rugged.
It all just works together. It just circles around.
Bag of ice and does not have the slushy mess that can contaminate what's in your cooler. If you like to hunt or fish, look at the Alaskan Series or Arctic ice packs that will keep your game or fish at 34 degrees for 3 to 4 days. If you're wanting to really freeze things up, try the Tundra packs that can keep your wild
I can't believe the show's almost over.
Dry ice temperatures for the travel back home. For tailgating or camping, try the Chillin' Brew packs. They'll keep your beverages of choice at frosty cold temperatures 4 times longer than what a bag of ice can. If you want your game, fish, or camping goods to stay fresh and cold as possible without the mess of regular ice, go check out Arctic Ice Packs today. You can find models of Arctic Ice Packs at Sportsman's Warehouse or at www.arctic-ice.com.
In the mood for a great family treat or a special gift idea? Hop on over to the Lotta Pop store, located at 647 South Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny. That's where you'll find over 30 fresh flavors of the most delicious Iowa-grown popcorn in the central Iowa area. You'll love the fresh pop flavors like caramel, caramel apple, kettle corn, jalapeno cheddar, cheddar cheese, birthday cake, or patriotic mix.
What's everybody doing today?
You'll find something for everyone at Lotta Pop in
Going
Ankeny.
fishing?
Harley and his crew can
How many
help you
fishing?
find the perfect variety pack, tin or gift package. Lotta Pop has everything you'll need from ready-to-eat popcorn to
Hey, if you're wanting to get some new rods, what I was going to tell you earlier, Trika, TRIKA.com. Go check out those Trika rods. Those are a brand new rod company that some friends of mine started up in Wisconsin, and they're pretty killer. Go check it out, Trika.
Go online at lottapop.com. Lotta Pop, great tasting popcorn from
It's got a really new, unique carbon weave in the rod.
fastest.
sensitivity in that thing is off the charts.
Mississippi-based backwoods attractions.
I can't wait to walleye and crappie fish with them things here pretty quick.
Lazy Acre, Clover Deluxe, and the popular Dixie 6 to their attractants like Game Changer, Sweet Stuff,
And walleye, man, I need all the help I can get with that sensitivity in that rod.
You better hope your neighbor isn't either. From small to large
Them things
acreage,
drive me
Backwoods
nuts,
Attraction
man. That
has
little
the feed and seed
peck,
perfect for your hunting property.
suck
So
that
do yourself
thing in
a
and
favor,
spit it
swing
out.
by and support your local co-op or farm supply
Little
store
tap,
and
tap,
ask
tap.
for Backwoods Attraction to set yourself up for a
I like it when they
successful
come in and hammer it. Just lift up and... That's what I was doing wrong for a few years. I was trying to set the hook. All you got to do is lift up your rod and then tug it. Once you feel the fish on there, then tug it a little bit. I was trying to do that, and I figured I was like bass fishing, you know? Can't do that. I was missing so many fish, it was ridiculous. They're down there giving me the fin, laughing at me. I saw bubbles coming up from them laughing at me. And walleyes.
Hello, this is Dave from JLM Shooter Supply in Urbandale. We are a full-service gun shop that specializes in helping you find the right firearm for your needs. We carry new and used firearms for all shooting disciplines, from self-defense to shooting enthusiasts, as well as folks who like to hunt. We have recently expanded our store to better serve your needs.
Will Gary Peck put a fishing package in the Beast Feast? Jerry, I hate to say this, buddy, but no. I'm a little selfish with Gary Peck.
Special order items.
I'm going up there to have. I'm going. He needs to take care of me. I didn't make it up there last year.
So from ammo and hearing protection to gun cleaning kits, holsters, and sights.
Gary's a nice enough guy. If you would ever go up there, he would probably take you fishing.
Please stop by and see us at 6931.
You won't find a nicer fella than Gary Peck.
331-1577.
Just don't do it in June, because I'll be up there bugging him. I love it up there. I miss not going last year. That walleye bite's been on fire for the last 2 years up there.
Stay as comfortable as possible. Camprite has been helping folks enjoy the outdoors.
And the fish eating's been great.
Since 1999. Camprite employees are outdoor enthusiasts that use and design each product to make sure your adventures are ones you'll want to remember. They carry great tents like the original tent cot that started it all. This fully enclosed off-the-ground sleep shelter combines the comfort of a standard sleeping cot with the added protection of a tent.
Are we even going to have time to come back?
Yeah. Including single and double
Have a
units.
minute.
I'll have 1 minute. 60 seconds.
I'll give you the music.
That's ridiculous, Andrew. What's wrong with you, man?
You know what? I try, but you're a trainer.
Well, I mean, I gotta tell everybody how wonderful Yagi is. I ain't taking my minute away.
Or on the web at camprite.com. That's camprite with a K.com. You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
All right, I got to make this quick. Dr. Yagi, if you need a new dentist, he's in the house. Dr. Obi-Wan Kenobi Yagi is a Jedi dentist at Advanced Family Dentistry at over there at 907 North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny, Iowa. They've been voted best dentist shop in around Ankeny for I don't know how many years running. For all your general dentistry needs, and they can even help you with Invisalign and cosmetic surgery for dentistry. And they can even help you with sleep apnea. Give them a holler, 964-1490, 964-1490, or anytime at AnkenySmiles.com. Advanced Family Dentistry. When you leave, they should say, may the floss be with you.
The floss will be with you.
All right, that is going to wrap it up, man. It was a fast show. I appreciate everybody watching on Facebook Live. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, each and every one of you. We'll be live at Lotta Pop Popcorn. We will live stream it. Yes, sir, we will do that. And we'll have come out and see me next week. We'll have Iowa Deer Classic tickets, and I might have a little surprise. I'll announce it next week as well. So see you next time. God bless you. Bye. Thanks, everybody. Be good. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you on Wednesday, if not before. If you need something, let me know. Have a good weekend. Thank you, everybody.
Broadheads